Hey guys, James here with Waterford Business Solutions, and today I wanted to take some time to do a little bit of tax planning with you. We're rapidly approaching the end of the year, and that means a lot of things have got to start falling into place. And the biggest misconception that I get with a lot of clients coming to me is a misunderstanding about what they can do with meals and entertainment. So it's always something I like to work with and talk to clients about straight up front, and one of the first things that we always discuss during their onboarding, cleanup, and initial monthly review meetings that we do with them. It's always super important to me to make sure that they've got a solid understanding of that so they can make a smart financial decision for them. So many businesses spend a lot of money on meals and entertainment thinking that it is a tax deduction. And while it is a tax deduction, it's probably one of the worst tax deductions that are out there. First, most of your meals and entertainment are only a 50% tax deduction compared to most other expenses that you're going to have with your business being a 100% tax deduction, which means dollar for dollar, it helps to reduce your taxable income. A 50% reduction means out of every dollar you spend on meals, only 50 cents of that is going to reduce your taxable income. And a tax deduction does not mean a dollar for dollar reduction in your taxes. A tax deduction simply means it's a reduction in your taxable income. The taxes are still calculated off of that taxable income. So let's say, for example, that you've got $10,000 in taxable income. And that $10,000, you're taxed at a 22% tax bracket. So easy numbers here. You're going to pay about $2,200 on taxes in that $10,000. However, let's say that you go out and you spend $2,000 on meals and entertainment on that $10,000. That's going to leave you with a 50% deduction on that $2,000. With that 50% deduction on that $2,000, you're only going to have a $1,000 reduction. That $1,000 reduction takes you down to $9,000 of taxable income, and thus your taxes are now still at $1,980. So that $2,000 in meals that you just spent hoping to save money on taxes only benefited you by $220 in taxes. That's why it's one of the worst tax deductions that you could have. Because if we spent that $2,000 on something else that would be a 100% deduction, it would have been a $440 tax benefit that you could have seen in this scenario. So massive improvement on what you're getting tax benefit wise. And that's why I tell so many clients that meals and entertainment are not the best thing to run through the business. There's so many other things that you could spend that on. Now understand, there's a lot of stipulations in meals and entertainment for what is a 50% deduction versus what could be a 100% deduction. One of those examples is during 2021 and 2022, as a stimulus to restaurants and entertainment venues because they were so hard hit by the pandemic, there was a 2-year abatement of that rule where all meals and entertainment, as long as they were enjoyed at the venue, had a 100% deduction. But that stopped as of January 1st of 2023. So last year and all of this year, most meals and entertainment are only a 50% deduction. There are going to be some stipulations. If you as a business host a company Christmas party or a company 4th of July party or something like that, that is a 100% deduction. That is an employee benefit that you can use there. If you have office snacks, you offer coffee, you offer snacks. We're not talking donuts every morning in the room. We're not talking full meals in the break room every morning. We're talking some granola bars, maybe some sodas, some coffee, where it's a reasonable amount that the employees are taking. That's a 100% deduction. If you are providing meals on your premises, and this is really difficult for our clients because it specifically has to be on your business's premises, then those could be 100% deduction if there's a reason for it, i.e. you've got people working late, you've got people working overtime, you've got people working on weekends. Basically, if they're providing you a convenience and in return you're providing a meal and it is on your premises, it can be 100% deduction. However, for a lot of our clients, their guys are in the field. They're working late on a job site. They're working late outside of the office. Once we get into that convenience factor no longer applies for 100% deduction. So very important to understand that stipulation right there. The other thing that we're going to see a lot of is promotional meals. If you're taking out a potential client, a big client, something there, 100% deduction is perfectly fine. But if you're taking employees out to do a employee review with them, review their performance, doing something like that, that's only going to be a 50% deduction because it's not for the entire company or for your specific convenience. That's going to be a big thing there. So 100% deductions are really, really difficult. The other thing with meals and entertainment is going to be business travel. You can provide a per diem to employees, and per diems are 100% write-offs. The employee isn't going to need to pay taxes on it. You're not going to have to pay taxes on it. It's 100% all the way around. However, if you are paying for those meals and you're paying in excess of a per diem, at that point, then the employee or you will only get a 50% deduction on those meals there because you're paying for meals in excess of per diem. There is a great government website. I've put its address into the subject down here so that you guys can read in the description of the video and go to that website. That helps you figure out per diem, and that's what the IRS looks at when figuring out per diem. So definitely a big factor to take a look at there. The other thing to always be careful of with meals and entertainment is going to be what verges on creating a tax burden of your employees. If you're giving regular meals to the entire company, if you are regularly taking out an employee for lunch, or you say, hey, we're going to pay for your lunch every day that you work for us, even though that may on your end still count as a 50% deduction or 100% deduction depending on where it falls in, now we're verging on something that could be considered a fringe benefit for the employee. Fringe benefits, getting a little bit into employment regulation and employment taxes, but fringe benefits are going to be any kind of non-standard benefit, not health insurance, not anything like that you're going to offer to your employees. And fringe benefits can result in a tax burden for those employees where we need to include in their compensation that they received $100 a week in meals that you paid them with. And then they're going to have to pay the taxes on that $100 a week on those meals. Meals and entertainment is a very, very touchy area. It's a huge area that I see get torn apart in a lot of audits. So it's something I'm always super cautious of with my clientele. We don't want them to get in trouble or want them to be spending this money unnecessarily. And the bigger factor of all of it is if there's an audit, and yes, that can be a very slim majority, but it does happen. We deal with audits all the time with clientele, and it's not even that they did anything wrong. They just get randomly selected for an audit. If there's an audit, something like meals and entertainment is one of those things that can really open up Pandora's box and open up a can of worms that's going to cause that agent, that IRS agent, to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. Unfortunately, any small business, especially profitable small businesses, are highly subject to having an audit, and more so than just the normal person who is working a 9-to-5 job. So we always want to take that chance away to be able to defend what we're doing as well as we can, so that there are no penalties or anything like that from an audit or surprises from an audit. As always, guys, thank you for joining me. I encourage you to go ahead and like and share this video. Go ahead and leave comments and follow us if you don't mind to stay up to date and continue getting useful videos like this. We always want to provide content to you that will help you better understand and grow your business. And if you've got specific questions or something that you'd like us to cover, feel free to leave it in the comments and we'll be happy to get back with you there and try to get something like that on our schedule or provide you a link to a previous video that we've done. If you need help or if you want to talk more on this, feel free to reach out to us here at Waterford Business Solutions by either giving us a call at 864-351-0852 or shooting us an email at info@waterfordbusiness.com. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day.